Today we are discussing questions and answers for Microsoft Azure Data Engineer Associate DP-201. You can download the complete list of Microsoft-based questions from the link provided in the description. Our question is, you are planning a streaming data solution that will use Azure Databricks. The solution will stream sales transaction data from an online store. The following solution has the following specifications. First point is the output data will contain items purchased, quantity, line total sales amount, and line total tax amount. Next point is line total sales amount and line total tax amount will be aggregated in Databricks. Third point is sales transactions will never be updated. Instead, new rows will be added to adjust a sale. You need to recommend an output mode for the dataset that will be processed by using structured streaming. The solution must minimize duplicate data. What should you recommend? Option A, append. Option B, complete. Option C, update. Correct answer is option A. Our next question is, you have an Azure Event Hub named Retail Hub that has 16 partitions. Transactions are posted to Retail Hub. Each transaction includes the transaction ID, the individual line items, and the payment details. The transaction ID is used as the partition key. You are designing an Azure Stream Analytics job to identify potentially fraudulent transactions at a retail store. The job will use Retail Hub as the input. The job will output the transaction ID, the individual line items, the payment details, a fraud score, and a fraud indicator. You plan to send the output to an Azure Event Hub named Fraud Hub. You need to ensure that the fraud detection solution is highly scalable and processes transactions as quickly as possible. How should you structure the output of the Stream Analytics job? To answer, select the appropriate options in the answer area. Now see this section. And this is the correct answer. Our next question is drag and drop. You have a CSV LE in Azure Blob Storage. The LE does not have a header row. You need to use Azure Data Factory to copy the LE to an Azure SQL database. The solution must minimize how long it takes to copy the LE. How should you configure the copy process? To answer, drag the appropriate components to the correct locations. Each component may be used once, more than once, or not at all. You may need to drag the split bar between panes or scroll to view the content. Now see this section. And this is the correct answer. Our next question is, you have an Azure Data Lake storage account that has a virtual network service endpoint configured. You plan to use Azure Data Factory to extract data from the Data Lake storage account. The data will then be loaded to a data warehouse in Azure Synapse Analytics by using Polybase. Which authentication method should you use to access data lake storage? Option A, Shared Access Key Authentication. Option B, Managed Identity Authentication. Option C, Account Key Authentication. Option D, Service Principal Authentication. Correct answer is option B. If you are preparing for any Microsoft-based certifications, you can download the complete list of valid, tried and tested questions and answers from the link provided in the description below.